Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a fun one because we are going to be playing with the new Colourpop Limoncello collection. I just got this in the mail yesterday and I'm so excited that I got this one in PR because can we just take a second to look at the packaging? It is so beautiful. I'm in a very springtime mood right now, so this is like very much fitting my vibe. Quickly before I get into everything, I just wanted to say thank you guys for the birthday wishes. My birthday was Monday, March 22nd. It was a lot of fun. I had the best day ever. On Sunday afternoon, we went to my parents' house and it was such lovely weather, the Sunday and the Monday. Hands down the best weather I've ever had for my birthday. We're in Canada, so the weather can kind of be iffy at the end of March. It can range anywhere from freezing to last Monday, I think it was like 16 degrees. It was fantastic. So we went to my parents' house and we had a little get together outside and we ate Chinese food. And then on my actual birthday, I went to my parents' house again, just me. I just hung out with them for a little bit and then I saw my in-laws and they brought me a gift and some cupcakes, and then my friends came over and we hung out outside and it was great. I had a great day. I got lots of thoughtful gifts, lots of birthday wishes. It was just awesome. And then yesterday, March 24th, I'm filming this on the 25th, I had my heart ultrasound. I didn't get any results. I don't get any results regarding like my heart rhythm and the issues regarding that until April 1st. But I got the ultrasound yesterday and yeah, it was fine. I had a male technician and I was kind of worried about that, but he was super professional, super nice. He lubed up my boobs with that ultrasound gel and that was a little weird, but other than that, it was smooth sailing. It was good. So yeah, I can't wait to get my results because I just want to know. The anticipation is killing me. I am quite worried about it, but I'm trying not to. But it's always in the back of your mind, you know? Anytime my heart races or anything like that, I'm like, oh no, this is how I die. Anyway, I just wanted to give you guys a quick update. I feel like a lot has happened this week, so let's get into the collection. There's a lot to go through. This is probably gonna be a long video and I've just spent a long time rambling, so let's get into it. The first things I'm gonna talk about in this collection are the ones that I'm not gonna use. These are by Soul Body. It comes with a glow oil. This is in the color Citron Crush, and it's just a gold toned body oil, I guess. I don't know what the difference between the shimmering dry oil and the glow oil is. I'm not really a big body product person, so I don't even really open these. I just open to show the color, put it back, and then I will give it away. I don't know who I'll give it to, but I give these a lot. My wedding photographer, we are kind of friends and she does a lot of boudoir photo shoots. That's kind of what she likes to do. And I feel like these are like perfect to add a glow when you're doing boudoir shoots. So I will be saving them for her, or I'll put them in a giveaway or something. So yeah, I just wanted to show you those. This one was the, oh, they're both called Citron Crush. One's just a shimmering dry oil and one's a glow oil. Okay, well, next up we have the Glisten Up Illuminating Mist. I love this product so much and I'm so excited this came out with this collection because look at my other mist. Like, we are almost done with this one here. I can't remember what collection this one came in, but I've really been enjoying it. So I'm really happy to have another one. Next up, we have 4 Luxe lip glosses. So we have 4 Luxe glosses. I'll open them up for you. Actually, I'll go through the collection first. So there's 4 Luxe glosses and then we have 3 blush sticks. I'm really excited about these because I've been into cream blush lately. So I'm excited to have some new shades. Then we have this cute little yellow brush set. I love Colourpop brushes. Just comes with 5 little brushes and I really like them. I actually use these quite often in my makeup artistry kit. Who knew? They're really good. It also comes with this Riviera Cruisin' Shadow Sticks set. I feel like Colourpop hasn't launched shadow sticks in a really long time, so I actually don't have any. These are my first ones. Do they ever have shadow sticks or was it liquid eyeshadows I'm thinking of? I'm not sure if they've ever had eyeshadow sticks. Newest shadow formula, glides on easily. Okay, so it seems like they have had shadow sticks before, but this is a new formula maybe. I don't know. I've never tried their shadow sticks, so I'm excited about this. And then finally we have the Limoncello palette. You've probably seen this online if you've seen this collection because it's pretty. Honestly, the pop of blue was kind of throwing me off for a while, but I kind of dig it now. I'm excited about it. I like it, I think. So this is a 12 pan palette and I will compare it to another palette. I'm just gonna get one real quick. Just please hold. Okay, so this is the Raw Beauty Christie 12 pan palette, and as you can see, I'll hold them up next to each other. This is the first thing I noticed when I opened the palette. So, oh, this is hard. I don't want to like smudge the mirror. Okay, so as you can see, The pan sizes of the Limoncello palette and the palette itself are quite a lot bigger than their regular 12 pans that they've been releasing. So yeah, that's just something to note. I did look it up. They both retail for $18. So they're both 18, even though this palette is bigger. However, I looked it up and these 12 pan palettes have 14 grams of product, whereas these have 12 grams of product. So even though the pan sizes are bigger, you're not getting as much product as you are in the regular 12 pans for the same price. However, you might like that this palette is bigger and you might like that it has a mirror. Some of their regular 12 pans do not. I don't know, it's just kind of, you know, up to you. I'm just providing you with the information you need to make an informed purchase. So yeah, I just thought I'd mention that because that was like the first thing I noticed about these palettes. And yeah, that's the entire collection. So I'll zoom you in and we can kind of swatch everything and start playing. Okay, so I'm going to start off by swatching the Luxe glosses. I was contemplating doing this because I don't love the Luxe Gloss formula. However, that being said, I don't want to leave out part of the collection, you know, like the whole point of this video is to allow people to make an informed decision. And I feel like if I don't even talk about these products or show them on camera, you know, like what's the point? So even though I don't love the formula, I don't get rid of them or anything. I just keep them in my drawer. I hoard them. I'm kind of a collector that way. So I do use them often for Instagram looks because they are super glossy, but I just don't like the feeling of them. They're really quite goopy and I find that they get really gross really quickly, like on the corners of my mouth. It's not a good look. Anyway, I'll stop rambling. Let's get into trying them. Okay, so I'm gonna go lightest to darkest, I think, just in case the darker ones are more pigmented. I do appreciate that they did provide some darker options for lip glosses. I don't know why I said that in such a high-pitched voice. For lip glosses. I love this one for some reason. I feel like that's so pretty. This one is in the shade Lemon Ice. It's just clear with some gold yellow sparkle. And I don't know, I feel like that's such a pretty gloss just to look at. The packaging on these in general is so beautiful, like just stunning. Makes me feel like I'm in Santorini and I am just hanging out on the coast or the Italian coast. I know it's limoncello, so that's probably what they're like getting at, but you know. So let's try out the first shade. This is Italian Ice. Their usual like chocolatey orange Tootsie Roll scent. If they smelled like lemon, I feel like that would have been a nice touch. Very pretty. I mean, it's just a clear gloss. Looking in the mirror, you can't really see the sparkle that is in the gloss. It doesn't really translate on the lips. It pretty much just translates into a clear gloss. So yeah, that's the shade Italian Ice. Nothing too special. Also, I have my eyebrows on. I feel like I always do this, but I feel like I need to disclaim because I just have like super dark brows and nothing else on. I just don't like doing my brows on camera because it's really boring. So the next shade we have here is a really light nude. I feel like they've been launching so many of these kinds of colors lately. It's in the shade Panna Cotta. This one has a little more color, I feel like, than other ones that they've been launching recently. Not super pigmented, but it is kind of a lighter shade, so. Yeah, so it's not super pigmented, but it is more pigmented than the other shades they've been launching lately. I feel like the other shades have just barely shown up, but this does have a little bit of color. I feel like over a nude lipstick or liner, this would be very pretty. Okay, so next, this one is so beautiful in my opinion. This is the shade Gelato. Oh, look how beautiful that is. I hope there's like a decent amount of pigmentation to this one. Oh yeah, that is so pretty. Kind of goes with my shirt, kind of like that. Almost terracotta a little bit. I love it. Oh yeah, this is a very pretty color. I feel like this is definitely more unique than what Colourpop has been launching lately. I feel like it's just been all nudes that kind of show up clear. Oh, that's beautiful. I love it. This is the shade Gelato. Yeah, I like that one. I feel like that would look very beautiful on a variety of skin tones as well, so I appreciate that. And then finally we have this very deep shade called Biscotti. It's like a chocolatey brown. It's not as pigmented as I thought it was going to be. Maybe that's like the nice thing about these glosses is that a lot of people can wear them because they are more sheer. It's a terrible application, but you get the idea. I really like that color too. That's very pretty. Okay, so this shade that I just applied, Biscotti, is described as a warm chocolate. It's currently out of stock. However, if it comes back in stock, when it comes back in stock, if you want to pick it up, that's a really pretty one. This shade Gelato that I really enjoy as well is described as a soft terracotta. That's exactly how I would describe it as well. This shade, the light nude called Panna Cotta, is described as a pale peachy nude. And this shade Italian Ice is described as clear with gold pinpoints. Currently, the only gloss that is in stock as of March 25th is the shade Gelato, but that one's my favorite anyway, so I don't know, I'm just saying, you might really like it. Next up, let's swatch some of the blushes. Again, packaging, ugh, so cute, right? And so springy. I'm so ready. I'm so ready for my seasonal depression to go away. This lack of vitamin D has been really getting to me. Okay, so we have 3 blush sticks. Oh, that's a deep color. Oh, thank goodness. I feel like Colourpop has been launching such pale blushes lately. It's just been kind of like, it's just the same color over and over. It's like a light pale pinky mauve. So I've really built up the swatch so you can see it well. This is the shade Picnic Time. Colourpop describes this one as a pinky coral with gold pinpoints. I'll be honest though, this looks pretty matte to me. I don't really see much gold pinpoints. Very beautiful. Again, currently out of stock. I feel like this video is a little useless because everything's sold out. Sometimes my Colourpop packages get to me so quickly, and then other times it's just, it takes forever. Probably because they get stuck at the border. But anyway, they don't have any scent in case you were wondering. Okay, so the next color is called Cottage Life. Colourpop describes this one as a mid-tone peachy nude. Very beautiful as well. Love good cream blush lately. It's so in. And then the last one of the blush sticks is called Coastal Drive, and this one is described as a deep cocoa. No, rich cocoa, sorry. Yeah, I'm excited that they included a variety of tones. Again, I just feel like their blushes lately have just been so similar and so light that anyone deeper than me would have a hard time wearing them, which isn't very inclusive. So I'm glad that they kind of included a couple tones in this collection. Okay, so next up, this is probably what I'm most excited for. I've never tried these from Colourpop, the Riviera Crush Shadow Stix set. That was hard to say. They're quite small actually. I'll compare it in size to one of the lip glosses maybe. So they're not very big. I feel like shadow sticks are often much longer. I don't know, I'm just pointing it out. Okay, so let's get to swatching these bad boys. I'm excited for this. The first shade we have here is called Cool Breeze. Let's see what Colourpop describes these colors as. I have to use Colourpop's description because my version of descriptions are just completely off. Just not very good at them. I'm not sure if these are something that you can purchase individually if you enjoy the product. Yes, it does look like it. So individually, these retail for $6. And then as a bundle, they're $20. So as a bundle, you get them for $5 each. So if you're wanting all of them, you may as well get the bundle. It's currently in stock and you can save some money that way. Okay, let's see what the colors are described as. Oh, use the built-in sharpener to create the most precise tip. Oh, there's a built-in sharpener? That's kind of cool. How do you use the built-in sharpener? What does that even mean? I don't see a built-in sharpener in there. Use the built-in sharpener to create a more precise tip. How do you... Application tips. You built-in sharpener to get more precise application. Okay, but where's the built-in sharpener? I'm so confused. Where's the built-in sharpener? We'll just swatch them and I can try and figure it out off camera because I feel like it's gonna take a while. The first shade is called Cool Breeze. It is a metallic. Colourpop doesn't actually have a color description. I would describe this as like a true gold. It almost has a little bit of a green antique-y tinge to it though. Very pretty. Next up, we have the shade Citrus Squeeze, which is also a metallic. Okay, so this one's also a gold, but it has a lot more orange to it. You can see the comparison there. A lot more fiery and yeah, definitely more orange in that one. This one is called Check Please, and it is a matte formula. Ooh, very creamy. Didn't tug at my hand skin at all. Not sure how it would feel in the eye area, but as you can see, that one's kind of like a brown terracotta. It's more of a medium tone. And finally, we have the blue, which is what I'm personally most excited for. It's called Style and Ease, and it is a matte. This one is not as smooth as the brown. It's probably just the blue pigment. Often blues are a lot harder to do than easy neutrals. So that is that shade. Still very beautiful, just not quite as soft and creamy as the brown was. Actually, as any of them were. It's a little stiffer. There's the little set. Very pretty. I don't know how I'm going to use them today, but these are kind of more of a multi-use product. You can wear them as eyeliner, all over, smudged. You can smoke it out as an eyeshadow. So yeah, I'll probably use these as liner today. Also, these shadow sticks are completely vegan, so that's kind of cool. And I think the last product is the eyeshadow palette, so let's get into some arm swatches of those. Okay, so I just tried out the matte Style and Ease shade, the blue shade of the shadow sticks, just to see how it applied and for my thumbnail of this video. And I just wanted to say that it does kind of pull at your eye skin when you apply it. It doesn't glide on very smoothly or anything, and it is a little bit patchy, so I just wanted to mention that. I'm glad I did try it on the eyes. I feel like the other shades though that I tried on the brown shade as well, and that one applied really nicely. I think it's just the blue. So if you're interested in using the blue shade specifically, maybe just warm it up on your hand a little bit, just like on the back of your hand, just to warm up the product so it applies a little more smoothly. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that. Okay, so the first shade we have is called Tuscan Fun, and this is described as a matte mid-tone brown. It almost has like a mustardy undertone to it. It's really beautiful. Next up, we have the shade Fly Girl, and this one is described as a metallic tangerine. It kind of has a bit of a gold flip to it. It's super pretty. Next up, we have the shade Easy Peasy, and this one is described as a metallic dirty olive. It almost has a red base to it and then kind of flips green. Next up, we have the shade Lemon Squeezy, and this is described as a matte warm ginger. This one has quite a bit more orange in it than the first matte shade. Next up, we have the shade Touring, and this is described as a warm metallic champagne. Next up, we have the shade Amalfi. I'm not really sure how to pronounce that, but it is described as a matte canary yellow. Next up, we have the shade Serenade, which is described as a pale metallic lemon. I really like that one. It reminds me of lemonade. Next up, we have the shade Capri, which is described as a metallic deep lime. I really love this color. Next up, we have the shade The Grotto, which is described as a matte deep terracotta, and this one didn't swatch very well at all. It was very dry. It was very unlike usual Colourpop matte shadows. So yeah, I don't know what's up with that one. Next up, we have the shade Semifreddo, and this is described as a matte neutral suede. This one was also very stiff to swatch, so that's kind of interesting. Next up, we have the shade Vespa, and this is described as a rich matte charcoal brown. This one was quite smooth in comparison to the last two. And finally, we have that pop of blue called La Fiesta, and this one is described as a matte dusty denim. I really appreciate that this palette is all mattes and shimmers. There's no sequin shades and there's also no pressed glitters. The only shade that's not approved for use on the immediate eye area is this one here, Fly Girl. This is the tangerine one. It's probably to do with the pigment and the fact that it will stain your eyes. But other than that, everything else is eye safe, so that's awesome. Okay, so I have prepped and set my eyelids and we are ready to try out these eyeshadows. I don't know what kind of look I want to do today. I really like this Easy Peasy color. I feel like it's super pretty and like kind of glittery almost. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I guess I'll just start and we'll see where it takes us. This brush is a little bit big for my crease. Maybe I'll use this for a transition shade. This is the Colourpop E2. I'm gonna start off, ooh, wow, okay, this is tricky. Because I don't want to blind you guys with the mirror. I'm gonna start off with dipping into this shade here called Lemon Squeezy. Lemony Squeezy or Lemon Squeezy? Lemony? I don't know. So I'll start off with that color and I'm just going to use the brush that comes in the little set and I'm just going to apply this as my transition shade. I really want to use those colors down towards the bottom of the palette because those swatched very dry, so I want to apply those to the eyes so we can see, because as you probably know, a swatch doesn't necessarily mean that it's a bad shadow, but I'm kind of interested to see what's going on down there. So okay, so I think I'm done blending that out. That didn't take much time at all. It's a very high quality shadow. It applied really nicely. Now this comes with a smaller crease brush too, so I'll use this one. This is an E21 and I'm gonna dip into this shade here called The Grotto. It's like a warm toned brown, but it's swatched very dry. It felt like it has hard pan already, you know? A stiff formula isn't necessarily a bad thing. I don't know, I wanted to see how it applied onto the eyes. It seems to be pretty consistent in color payoff, like it's not patchy at all. Just applying it to the outer corner here. It's not difficult to apply either, so that's good. I was kind of expecting it to be, honestly, but I guess that's why we always say swatches are not always indicative of how the shadow will perform on the actual eye. That looks pretty good. I'm just gonna blend it out. Again, using this Colourpop brush, the one we just used for the other shade. So I'm just building up the shade and double dipping. Yeah, I'm surprised, but that shadow applied fine. I was gonna use this shade here, Fly Girl, the one that you're not supposed to use on your eyes, the tangerine color, but I think this one's just calling my name, so I think we're just gonna go for that. It's an olive, which doesn't go with my shirt, but like, it's fine, it's fine. Should I use, yeah, we'll try it with this brush. This one I usually wouldn't use, but I prefer something a little bit smaller to cover my lids, but I don't want to be super precise. I kind of want to blow out the shimmer shade, so this should be okay. It's the Colourpop E4 brush, and I'm gonna dampen the brush with some of the Glisten Up Illuminating Mist. I'm gonna open the new one just because this one I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to get any spray out of it. The bottle is really quite small, but I'm surprised at how long that product's lasted me. I'm pretty sure I had that, well, I'm certain I had that at my old house, so it's lasted me at least since November, which is like 5 months. So I'm going to dip into this shade Easy Peasy, and then I'm gonna dampen it. That's just how I usually like to apply my shimmer shades. That hardly got onto the brush. Let me dampen it again. I hate that when you spray it, you completely miss the brush. Yeah, this nozzle is kind of spitting. Didn't used to do that with this one. Maybe I'll put the product from that bottle, that new bottle, into the old one because the nozzle is way better. Yeah, I don't really like this brush for applying shimmer shades, so I'm gonna switch out the brush. I'm gonna use this one instead. This is just a little guy by Morphe. It doesn't have a number, so, oh yeah, way better. So I'm gonna just also take the shimmer shade up a little bit just so it's not such like a harsh line. I haven't been as into like a cut crease lately. I feel like that's not as trendy as it once was. So I kind of just like to bring it up, but a little bit, not messy, but just a little softer. And then I'm going to take the angled brush that comes in the set. This is the Colourpop E6. I have this brush already for sure because I use it for a lot of different things actually. And I do like it. I do recommend that brush. I'm gonna go into this really deep brown called Vespa, and I'm going to use that as eyeliner. Just on the top eyelid, I'm going to apply this, and I'm not going to do a shadow wing today. I don't know why, I'm just not feeling it. I got a couple of Sephora gift cards for my birthday, so if you guys could recommend some products to me, I would love to hear it because I have been so poor lately that I haven't really been, you know, keeping up with any launches. So let me know if you guys want to see any specific product reviews or anything. I think I'm really kind of into the Fenty skin tint, so I think I might purchase that. And yeah, a lot of you have recommended the Tower 28 blushes to me, so I think I might pick one up as well. I'm just going to dip into that warm brown shade we used on our outer corner, and I'm just going to kind of blend that into the liner a little bit. Then I'm just going to go into this shade called Touring. That's just like a light goldish champagne, and I'm going to use that as my highlight shade on my brow bone. I think that's it for the eye look, so I am going to go off camera to do this eye, and then I'm going to do my foundation, and then I'll come back and we can test out the rest of the products and finish off the look. Okay, so I've applied foundation and concealer, and we can move on to the lower lash line. I think I'm going to keep it pretty light on the lower lash line. I'm just going, actually that's not true. Okay, I'm going to go in with this shade, the Grotto, and I'm just going to apply that on the outer corner, and then I'm going to blend it out with that lemon squeezy shade that we used earlier as our transition shade. Okay, just like that. And then I want to make some use out of the shadow pencils, so I'm going to take the metallic one called Cool Breeze, and I'm going to actually apply this on the inner corner. We'll see how this goes. I feel like it's applying a little bit weird. It might be because I already set my concealer with powder, so I feel like it's kind of not really sticking. That's still pretty though. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the shade we used for our highlight from the palette, this shade here called Touring, and I'm going to apply that over top of the cream shadow just to give it kind of like more of a strong gold undertone. And then you can also use these as eyeliner, so I'm going to take the shade Check Please. This is a matte one, and I'm going to apply it to my waterline. I hope they're waterline safe. I'm sure they are. That applied to the waterline really smoothly. I'm not sure about the color. I feel like it's a little bit warm for the waterline. Just kind of makes me look like I have a bit of pink eye or something, but yeah, not bad. Okay, so I have finished off the eyes. I applied some lashes, and I think we're ready to do the rest of the face. So I want to stick to cream, so I'm actually not gonna apply bronzer today. Is that true though? I might apply a little bit on my forehead. Just a smidge, just to, you know, add a little bit of color, but nothing crazy. Just because I don't want to apply any bronzer to my cheeks and have the cream blush go on weird. So if you have any recommendations for like a cream bronzer, that would be great. I don't think I have any in my collection. I kind of want to try the Milk Makeup one, so let me know if you like that one. Okay, and I feel like I use the Too Faced foundation, but I feel like it's just a little bit dry for me right now, so I'm going to use the Glisten Up Mist. Oh my god, did you just see that? I don't know if you just saw that, but that just, yeah, this nozzle is no bueno. I'm gonna add it to this nozzle like right now. Or maybe I could just switch the caps, I guess. That would be like probably a better solution. Let's switch the caps so that that doesn't happen again. I don't know if I caught it on camera, but it literally just spat at me, so. So much better. I don't know if that one was just faulty. Oh, I got it all over my mirror. No. Now, I'm going to do cream blush. I feel like that could almost, no, that's not going to be a cream bronzer for me. That'll be way too dark, I think. I don't really want to go with like the bright coral. I think I'll just go with like the nudish mid-tone one, the shade Cottage Light. Yeah, I think that's the vibe today. I'm gonna apply it on the back of my hand and then go in with my sponge. I don't want to lift the foundation if I apply it this way. I don't know if it actually would do that. I really don't know. So I just applied some on the back of my hand and I'm applying that with a sponge. Oh, that didn't apply like any color. Let's just try it. YOLO. I feel like it's not really showing up. I have to like really apply it. Or maybe it's just the color. Maybe a sponge just isn't the way to do it. Maybe a brush. Let's try a brush on this side. It did kind of take off some of my foundation, but it's fine. So a brush definitely, if you're looking for pigment, oh, it's kind of removing the product though, like underneath it. That's what I find with cream blushes. Like I really like the finish, but it takes off the product underneath. Maybe it's just not a good idea to like swipe it on your face. Back to the sponge, I guess. I feel like that is a very pretty color though. Like I would definitely wear this color out and about. Maybe if I like dab it right onto the sponge, kind of like do one of these. Maybe it's just the color. Like maybe it's too similar to my skin tone and that's why it's not showing up like a ton. Let's add a little bit of this bright coral one called Picnic Time just for funsies. I feel like cream products are kind of like a bit of a trial and error thing for me to see what works best. Oh yeah, you can definitely see that color more. It must be just the color that's not really showing up. I like the color, like I feel like I would wear that more in person. I'm just trying to get a feel for the product, so I like kind of want to see it more. Now I have like a clown vibe. I think I got a bit carried away. What do you think? I also took it down fairly low, which I don't normally do, so a lot of blush, but whatever, it's fine. For highlighter, I'm gonna go in with my Charlotte Tilbury, what are these called? Hollywood Flawless Filter for a Superstar Youth Glow, that's what they're called. I'm gonna use this as a highlighter because I want something more natural. I have a lot of texture on this side. I think I might be having like an allergic reaction to something. I'm not sure what. So I don't really want like a powder highlight that's gonna really accentuate it. There, just add like a nice subtle glow, you know? I feel like that product's pretty good in the sense that it doesn't really emphasize texture as well. Okay, and finally for lips, I'm going to use my Colourpop lip liner in the shade So Happy. This is from the Big Poppy collection. I'm just gonna fill in my lips with this as well. Okay, and then for gloss, I'm gonna go in with the shade Gelato. This one is still in stock as of now, so it's my favorite one. I really like this color. My camera's making some weird noises. I hope it's just me that can hear that, and I hope it doesn't affect the audio quality. If it does, I'll actually cry because I can't afford a new camera right now. There, that's the completed look. I really like how it turned out. I think it's pretty. And I'll just give you one more peek at the finished look. I feel really pretty. Okay, so now that I have tested out all the products, I will give you my final first impressions. The glosses, though I don't love the Colourpop Luxe Gloss formula, I feel like these are the best Luxe glosses they've launched in a long time. There's actually pigment there, and I don't know, I just really like them, especially this Italian ice color. Like I know it's just a clear, but I can't stop looking at it. It's just so sparkly. It just looks like a little crystal or something. So if you know you like the Luxe Gloss formula, I would definitely recommend all of these. They are really nice and they do have some color to them, which is nice. The Glisten Up Illuminating Mist, I use this quite frequently and I know I love it. Just the nozzle on the one I got was a little funky, but the nozzle I got on the previous bottle was amazing. So I think that one might just be a little bit faulty. So I definitely would recommend this. The blush sticks I actually like. I think it's gonna take a little bit just for me to fully get the hang of a cream blush. So yeah, I'm trying to get more into cream blush and I feel like those ones were pretty easy to work with. Like they definitely weren't anything too crazy pigment wise, which was kind of nice for beginners like me. I don't use cream blush very often. I don't know how much use I will get out of this shade called Coastal Drive. I don't know, we'll see. Ugh, this gloss is already starting to goop up on me. I've had this on for literally like 5 minutes. And maybe I'm just applying too much of it, but this happens every time. I get like those strings whenever I talk. Ugh, this gloss formula is just not my favorite. But if you like the gloss formula, the colors are really nice. Moving on, the Soul Body products, I would pass on, but that's just personal preference. Just because I don't really like body products, so I didn't even really try these. The brush set is nice. I feel like it's a good range of brushes. The only one I didn't use today is the F1, just because it's a little bit big for me. I feel like for bronzer, like just for an overall bronze look, this could be really nice. But yeah, I didn't really use this one today. Really cute. I love the yellow, so pretty. What else was there? Oh, the shadow sticks, really nice. They all applied very nicely. The blue one was a little bit tuggy on the eye. Other than that, I really like the others. So far, the one on the waterline has lasted a pretty long time. Like, it hasn't moved at all, so that's cool. The palette is really nice, but don't let the larger pan size fool you. It's less product than the original palettes. That being said, all of these shades were super beautiful. These bottom ones did swatch a little dry, and it almost felt like when I swatched them, they had already had hard pan for a while. I don't know what was up with that, but when I used them on the eyes, they really were quite nice. So I like them because they applied really nicely on the eyes. And you know, as eyeshadows, that's what they're meant for. I also appreciate that there was no sequin formula. I really don't like the sequin formula personally, and I don't love the pressed glitters. So I'm really happy it was just a mix of matte and shimmers. And yeah, I think this color story is really beautiful. I also obviously love the packaging. This entire collection, I just loved the vibe of it. It just was right up my alley. It was just what I needed for a little serotonin boost. And what else was in this collection? I think that's everything. I would recommend everything. If you like the Luxe Gloss formula, that's the only thing that's like kind of like meh for me. But if you like that formula, you'll definitely like those. And I think that's it. So that is it from me today. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you so much for watching. If you've made it this far, please don't forget to subscribe if you want to. If you don't, that's okay. It really helps out my channel just by you watching my videos, so thank you. Please leave any video requests you may have in the comments down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!